So we'll start with risk. And if we were having this conversation and having a webinar 3 months ago, we would be talking a lot about the cost savings versus your prior contract and how we hit some of the lowest prices in the last 20 years in February, which was just unheard of. And it would have been a very different conversation from today, where we want to focus on cost aversion, avoiding any risk in the future, given all the factors that we're aware of today, and where we anticipate using those factors, where we anticipate energy prices to go and what that means for you and your energy costs. The biggest way to do this is your product selection. And by product, whenever a supplier uses that terminology, they're basically meaning of all the moving components of your electricity or natural gas costs, how are you fixing those, and what is the variability going to be from those month to month on your invoice? So when we look at this meter here, you see in that bluish white area, the low risk tolerant customers. So you need a lot of budget certainty. You can't have a lot of variation in your rate month to month. You need to plan in advance for what's coming down the pike. This would be more of a fixed product or a fixed all in, where you're taking all the different components of your energy costs and locking them as much as possible. And when done correctly, you should in theory have the same per kWh or per therm cost on your invoice every month. Versus if you go to the other side of the meter, the index or variable or floating type of products, these ride the roller coaster of the energy market. So you're going to have a lot of variability. There's been some advantages to this certainly in the past year or two, where prices have continued to come down continuously. So if you've been writing an index product, you may have seen some of the record low prices and been able to take advantage of that. But on the flip side, now we're facing volatility. And volatility, again, means a roller coaster. And so if you have a little more bandwidth to have a little bit more of a risk strategy or higher risk tolerance, then this may be kind of the product for you. And product type is going to look different for every organization. We've already seen where COVID-19 has affected every business, even within the same industry, very differently. And going forward, a potential recession could affect every organization differently. So I would stress that really look at your internal risk tolerance, not only what it was in the past, but what it's going to be going forward with all of the unknowns. The trend that we're seeing right now is even some of our clients, long-term clients that have always been on some type of float or index product, are actually looking to fix as much as they possibly can. There's a lot of uncertainty still up in the air. We don't know a lot of things that are still going to shake out from both the COVID and a potential recession and all of these other factors we've described. So to be able to have control over a certain portion of their budget via energy, we're seeing where people are starting to switch more to the fixed and low risk type of products.